taking office, Donald Trump and the Republicans have been making a lot of big changes in the same way that Godzilla made some big changes in Tokyo. But there's also been a liberal opposition growing over the past few weeks. People have started taking to the streets and making their voices heard.
Hundreds of federal employees gathered on Capitol Hill for what they called a rally to save the civil service.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? We'll fight against DOGE. We'll fight Elon Musk.
Which key are we on? Oh, sorry, but that sounded so bad I had to cleanse my ears with an RFK Jr. speech. Were there any protests that aren't just singing?
There is a unique protest getting underway at the Kennedy Center. 2 dance companies are staging a dance protest, as they're calling it, against the Trump administration's recent takeover of the Kennedy Center.
We have started to see dancers show up here to the Kennedy Center doing a dance called the Nelken line. It's by a German dancer that is pretty popular, they tell me.
Is this how white ladies protest now? I demand to dance for the manager. At least, you know what? At least they're getting out there, and these are regular citizens doing their best. It's not their responsibility to block the Trump agenda. That's on the Democratic Party. They have the talent and experience honed from decades of asking me for money. They will know exactly the most effective way to fight Donald Trump.
We need to change the conversation, and that's why I'm launching a new podcast.
Cool. California Governor Gavin Newsom is starting a podcast. I can't believe they rebuilt LA that fast. Glad you have the time. I mean, forgive me for not subscribing to the Gavin Newsom pomade hour, but I think the moment calls for a little more than polite conversation, although some Democrats are taking that very literally.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk. I say Trump.
Ooh, okay. You guys kissed your lobbyists with that mouth? That's right, the Democratic strategy written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Look, I get the spirit behind it, but cursing in politics doesn't exactly age well. The Gettysburg Address wouldn't have been the classic it became if it went 80 and a ton years ago. Not to mention dropping the F-bomb isn't really for everyone. I noticed Congresswoman Maxine Dexter had a little bit of trouble.
I am going to tell you that we do have to. I don't swear in public very well, but we have to Trump.
Oh, you are right. You don't swear in public very well. There are 1,000 ways to say you, and you found literally the only wrong one. I mean, unless she meant, we have to Trump. There's a sign-up sheet next to the stage. Suck him off. Suck him off. But not all Democrats are filling up the swear jar. Some have gone much more highbrow with a little resistance wordplay.
Every time you hear DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, you just remember it is the Department of Government Evil.
DOGE, which actually stands for Destruction of Government by Elon.
Just stands for Department of Gutting Education.
Dangerous oligarchs grab everything.
All right, okay. I see what you did there. I'm just glad that Maxine Dexter didn't join in. She'd be like, more like the Department of Glory Holing Elon. This is what happens when you're the party of liberal arts majors. MAGA stormed the Capitol and Democrats are doing creative writing exercises. But hey, if clever acronyms aren't your thing, Democrats are also pulling out some timely pop culture references.
We also know, of course, that Elon Musk is sending his unqualified DOGE staff to carry out this agenda across all these agencies. And in some cases, actually teenage staffers. They're trying to rob you, and they're probably a minor. Thank you, and I yield back.
I'm sorry, I became a Republican for a second. Look, I don't know how, but I think this congressman somehow just lost the beef for Kendrick. I do think, though, that every rap battle should end with, thank you, I yield my time. Let's all be fair, okay? Because not all of the Democratic messaging has been breaking the cringe-o-meters. Bernie Sanders has been on an anti-oligarchy tour, and his town halls have been drawing huge crowds. Remember, he's been warning us about the oligarchy way before Elon Musk was wearing a MAGA hat, so this really feels like his moment. Too bad he'll be 87 years old by the time the next election rolls around, unless we can give him the substance. I don't know, I'm halfway through that movie. I assume it all works out? I'll tell you one Democrat who took it to Trump face to face, the governor of Maine, Janet Mills. Last week, Trump held a meeting at the White House where he called her out for refusing to comply with his ban on trans athletes. And once he did that, she made it clear that she wasn't going to comply with any of his bullshit.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is the Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal law.
We are the federal law.
No.
Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
We'll see you in court.
Every state. Good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one.
Yes! Andy Cohen will never make a show just as good as what I just watched. That's how you do it. Forget singing, forget dancing. This is how you confront Trump with tipsy ant energy. Define the issues and force the court to pick a side.
Which side
No. Stop that. Get it out of here. Stop. For more on the Democratic resistance, let's go to Washington, D.C. with our very own Grace Kuhlenschmidt. Seems like the governor of Maine has the best strategy here for Democrats. Confront Trump and take him to court.
Agree to disagree, Desi. I think the other lady had the better idea. Democrats need to Donald Trump. Him real good.
I don't think that was actually an idea. I think she just accidentally misspoke.
A lot of great ideas come from accidents. Silly putty, super glue, the Titanic movie.
Grace, no, this is not a real idea. How is Trump gonna work?
Oh, well, a penis will go into the vagina.
No. I mean, like, how would Democrats do that?
Of course. Come on, girl on top, guy on top, reverse cowgirl, the octopus.
No. I know how to do that. Wait, what is the octopus?
You need an above-ground pool and 4 people. Or 1 person with a lot of arms.
Okay, forget it. But why would having sex with Trump be a good strategy?
Think of all this guy's pent-up anger, his terrible decision-making, his frantic energy. He's got blue balls of the brain. Think of it like a volcano. If you don't jack off the mountain every so often, it'll explode and wipe out an Italian village. That's science, Desi.
Grace, that's not how volcanoes or the male body works.
Yes, it is. But maybe if the Democrats him so good, he'll get that post-nut clarity. He'll be like, wait, why am I cutting funding to stop Ebola? And why is Elon doing here? I hate this guy.
No, Grace, come on. There are better ways to stop Trump than an orgy.
Okay, I didn't say orgy, but I like it. You're a freak. Look, it's not like anything else has worked. Voting didn't work. Indicting him didn't work. They even lost the election after getting an endorsement from America's sweetheart, Liz Cheney. The only option left is to run out the clock. 4 to 7 minutes at a time.
That seems very ambitious.
Fine, 3 to 5 minutes at a time. Face it, Desi, you want Dems to take action? They gotta give Trump some action. You want Dems to stop jerking off and get to work? They gotta get to work jerking him off. You want Dems to not blow at their jobs?
Yeah, no, I get it. I get where you're going. I get it.
Yeah. I bet you get it, you sex monster. But if this isn't the strategy, I literally don't know what is.
Well, they could just embrace a younger generation who can clearly make the case for a pro-worker, progressive America.
No, I think you were right. Your group fest idea is the only option.
No, Grace, that wasn't my idea. Ugh, forget it. Grace Kuhlenschmidt, everybody.